It's like this the National Football League where we've been told you can't win if you only score 20 points a game. That's what we've been told. But Coach Tomlin and the Steelers continue to show you that you actually can win with defense. You can keep teams under 20 points.
Here's my thing. What's the difference between winning 34-30 versus what did we just win yesterday? 23-19? Is that what it was?
Thank you.
It's 4-point differential either way.
Thank you. They just want to score more and be like, oh, our defense can't stop anybody.
Meanwhile, we had 200 yards on the ground yesterday. 200 yards.
Yo, we got a defense that is lights out when they want to be. They're capable of playing, and we've seen the consistency is sustainable. The running game, is it sustainable? We're hoping it is, but
this
was new.
Our first time seeing it like this. We've gotten signs recently, like end of Rams game.
But can't we say that's the offense as a whole? We've seen a flash of they could look like a dominant passing attack. We've seen a flash they could look like a dominant rushing attack. We've seen a flash that they could put it all together. And then we've also seen the glimpses of it looks chaotic, right? Not really in rhythm. Running game not where we wanted to be. QB kind of inaccurate. It's like we can see all of these things, and that's why the offense as a whole this season has this kind of mixed review of, if we look at from a glass half full standpoint, we're like, yo, it's optimism. If we're glass half empty, we're like, no, you see this, and this. Whereas defensively, I don't think it's as wide of a range. I think we know we're here. The range is, are you elite today where we got TJ Highsmith going stupid, Minka going crazy, all these other stuff, or are we just really good where it's like, all right, you make some plays, you're situationally good in the red zone. All right, you win the turnover battle, you get out the stadium. I feel like we range there on defense, whereas, like you said, offense is like, bro, you might score 3 points, you might score 23 points. We don't know.
Yeah, I'd say, though, since the bye, the offense is definitely trending in an upward direction. And that's what gets me pumped because we're still not all the way put together. But we are getting better. It's looking like the end of last year, just with we're winning games. There's still some being left out there, but we got our identity, hopefully, especially like running the ball like this, taking care of it. Defense, you'll make a splash play or two here. And, yeah, we get out of there with a dub. But again, we're middle of the season, and I don't think we've peaked just yet.
You don't want to, though, either.
Peaking at the right time would be, end of December, going into the playoffs. So there's still a lot out there. And I expect us to get better. After seeing what we've done since the bye, I don't see why we're going to just magically start regressing now.
You know what that sounds? It's not you believing in this coaching, man. That's what it sounds like. In the midst of all of the work in progress, right? In the midst of all the inconsistencies in all three phases, we're still sitting at 6-3. We're still competing. We're still getting everything we want. Wow, we are very much a work in progress. So if we're figuring out all of these different ways to win, when we talk about finding ways to win, when we talk about that growth of now you believe when you walk in the stadium, we're going to get up out of here. This is how that's created. That's not created just because you got this great roster and everybody's telling you that everything is perfect and you're blowing teams out by 100. That is not how that works. It happens like this. You keep winning games. They keep telling you that you can't win. You're not going to be good enough to do this. You don't have the personnel for this. You can't keep it with those guys over there. And you sit here and you're like, yo, we're 6-3. Why you're still saying all that? What happens when you can't say that?
Yes, I think that's coming. I think we're getting there.
This team is on right now. And I love it because, like I said, this reminds me of 2014. Very different in the concept of, obviously, we had the higher end offensive talent, but more so the mindset of we were still trying to figure out how do we win games. Before I got here, back-to-back 8-8s, I'm coming from Buffalo where we did not win.
Started 3-3 that year, right?
So it's like, man, we all had to figure out, we believe it. All right, you get us, we believe it. We starting to believe it even more now. And then before you know it, that's when you start to build something for a run for, multiple seasons. That's what they're in the heart of right now, man. And it's like, man, I'm just glad that we get a chance to actually, be a part of it as much as we are, as close as we are with it, because we're going to be enjoying this thing. Like you said, we're 6-3 right now. Eventually, it is going to get more consistent on that offensive side of the ball.